Good morning. Kite to straight away. What a start. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I completely distracted myself there, didn't I? Put myself off. Welcome to the channel. My name is Beena. And this little fella here is, of course, the delightful Walter. Hope you are well. I hope my camera isn't pointing too far down because it looked a bit like it was too far down when I got on the bike and I couldn't be asked to change it. So you might just be treated to a lovely view of the tank and nothing else outside of that. Oh well, not to worry. You join me on Saturday the of October 2025. It is a cool 10 degrees Celsius. It's a bit gloomy, a bit overcast, but at least it's not damp. It's been really bloody damp for the last week. Not raining, just damp. Everything's just been soggy, and I don't like that. I especially don't like that when I'm riding because obviously you know it, being autumn in full swing, getting some roads that have got a lot of fallen leaves on it, and when they're damp it's not a good combination. So yeah, it's nice when it's dry. In fact, I love these dry autumn and winter days out on the bike because I don't get all hot and sweaty, and as long as I'm appropriately wrapped up, I just much prefer it. And speaking of appropriately wrapped up, what a segue that was, Beena. You goddamn pro, you. I have got my heated gloves on today, and I've also got a new heated, what would you call it? Like thermal layer? Base layer, that's the word I'm looking for. I treated myself. I went out on Walter last week, and even though I had a t-shirt on and a thermal base layer, let's not go where these are going. Oh, we're going to have to because the road's closed. Bugger. There's a lot of road closures around here at the moment. Yeah, even though I had a base layer on and whatnot, I was still pretty chilly. And I've put on a little bit of winter plumage of late. I haven't got fat, I've just got a little bit bigger. And my winter jacket here is a little bit more snug than usual. And I generally put like a thick jumper. Good lord, what's all this traffic? A thick jumper over my base layer and t-shirt to take the chill out, and it's still, even on a cold day, that's still not really sufficient because this jacket isn't really a winter jacket. It's only shower proof, doesn't have a thermal liner, so yeah, it doesn't fare too great. So as I was a bit chilly last week, I was looking into heated jackets because I thought I really like my heated gloves, so why not splash out and treat myself. So I did a little bit of research, and I found and I also wanted ones that you could use battery powered, because I didn't want the faff of having to connect it to my bike and connect myself up to the bike. So I got distracted there by a little border terrier like mine. So yes, that narrowed it down a little bit because there's not many that would do both, that you can have it heated off the bike and heated battery. And I found one called called a Macna, I think it is, Macna Centre. I'm not affiliated with them, no one sent me anything for free, this isn't an advert, this is just me buying shit as usual and then telling you about it. So yeah, so I bought myself one of them. They're a bit spendy because annoyingly you have to buy, because they're a dual powered thing, i.e. either off the bike or by battery. I think they give you the choice then of, you can either buy the battery and charger, or you can buy the cables to plumb it into your battery. So you're not buying one or the other unnecessarily, and they're not bundling it all together and putting the cost up. I'm guessing that's their thoughts behind it, which is quite reasonable. So I bought the battery one, and there's two sort of different battery devils you can get. There's a 7.4 volt and a 12 volt, and obviously you get more out of the 12 than you do the 7, so I thought I'd go for that one for the longevity and the heating power. So I bought that and the charger, and yeah, it was, like I say, quite spendy. I think it nearly up near 300 quid at that point. But I thought it'd be worth it if it means that I can go out and spend longer on the bike in the winter months when it's really cold. So that came sort of middle of last week, and I tested it out by just wearing it around the house whilst I was working. Kites! And it seems to last a decent amount of time, so I have it on the highest setting. I think it was about an hour and 3/4 it lasted, and then on the next setting down, which was still warm, plenty warm enough, it was about 2.5 hours. So I thought, oh, that's good, because I'm generally only out for an hour or so. That'd do it. And yeah, I went out and tested it on whilst I here, and sure enough, it was absolute bloody bliss. I went on a trip to, ironically, I went on a trip to sports bike shop to go and buy the cable to plug it into my bike. So I thought, I'm only going to get range, you know, the equivalent of range anxiety on an electric bike, where I think, I can't have it as warm as I want, because what if it doesn't last, if I go on a longer trip, blah blah blah. So yeah, I thought I'd go and get that, because the cable wasn't that much money. Another thing that put me off about it, apart from tethering myself to the bike, which I thought would be a bit of a nuisance and restrict my movement, especially as I like to stand up on the pegs every now and then to give my hips a bit of a stretch, because I tend to get cramp in my hips. I thought I wouldn't be able to do that, but I thought I'd give it a go. But the other reason was I'm really bad at DIY and things like that, and especially when it comes to electrical stuff. I thought, oh god, no, I'll just end up with Walter on fire and me crying at the corner. But I looked online and it's dead simple, so I thought, yeah, I'll just do it. So anyway, long story short, well, not really, I've already told it, haven't I? Yeah, I went to sports bike shop, and there's quite a few dual carriageways involved to get there. So travelling along at sort of 65-70 miles an hour, and it was about 8-9 degrees. It was really toasty. I was absolutely loving it. I mean, my legs are freezing because I didn't wear my winter trousers. But yeah, it was absolute bliss. I thought, why have I not done this before? So yeah, so I plumbed in the... Why are you stopping there? Are you waiting for me? Really? You waited for me? You could have fit down there. Oh well, thank you. Yeah, so yesterday I spent, 20 minutes fitting it? Probably not even that, actually. 10-15 minutes fitting it to Walter, and this is my first outing on it. And I'm happy to report it so far hasn't burst into flames. And I'm not looking like Ghost Rider with my head on fire. And I've actually got it on the lowest setting on, because 10 degrees, I think it's probably more like 11 degrees, 12 maybe, so it's not really freezing, but it's just enough to take the chill off. I did start off with it on the middle settings. It's got like 4 settings. I started it off on the second highest, and it was just way too hot, so yeah, so I had to stop and turn it down, which is the only sort of annoyance about it, really. It's got a button on the chest that you use to turn it off and on, and press that to change the different heat levels. And obviously I have to stop undo my jacket and take my gloves off, and it's really difficult to see because it's on my chest. So I was having to look in my mirror, lean over and look in my mirror, turn it down a bit. It does have, it's Bluetooth, because of course it is. Everything's bloody Bluetooth these days, isn't it? Don't know why everything needs to be Bluetooth. I guess in this case it's probably a good thing, because it's there's an app for it, and you can change your settings and turn it on and off from that, and you can actually link up, because you can buy heated gloves and trousers and all sorts, and you can link them all together. Socks. It does sound like an advert, honestly it isn't. Yeah, and you can control them all from that. So I guess if I was the sort of person who had my phone on my handlebars, I could control it through there, but I'm not that sort of person, because I like Walter to look nice and clean. Well, there's a lot of traffic out today, isn't there? It is a Saturday. I usually do these on a Friday, where it's a little bit quieter. Kite! There's plenty of kites out today. So yeah, so that's my heated jacket-ness. And I'd used AI to research looking at jackets, because I'm a big fan of AI at the moment. Yeah, I use ChatGPT extensively for work purposes and personal stuff. And it's actually helped me pay for this jacket, weirdly, because any regular viewers will know my ongoing broadband saga, where I've been trying to get fibre broadband installed. Oh, this is an idyllic scene, isn't it? Look, all the different colours and the leaves all coming across. Very nice. Yeah, I've been trying to get fibre broadband installed at home, and it keeps getting I keep getting a date for it from my ISP, and then it keeps getting pushed again, because they haven't done the necessary work to do it. So whilst I was messing about on ChatGPT, I thought I'd ask the question: is anybody else experiencing similar sort of problems with delays by BT Openreach of getting fibre installed? And ChatGPT went off and searched the internet and looked through some forums and come back and said, yeah, people have been experiencing the same sort of thing. And then told me that there was a compensation scheme that Ofcom, the regulatory body for telecoms regulatory body, had implemented. So if you miss your kite, if you miss your installation date, you're entitled to £6.24, I think it is, £6.24 every single day until it gets installed. And I've missed a number of them. So it offered to write me a letter to my ISP and told me what route to go down to try and claim that back. So I did that last week, and today I have received a phone call from my ISP confirming that they are indeed going to pay that compensation. And because my install date has been put back again to the 11th of November, then my compensation is going to be around about 310 quid. So that's paid for my jacket. So happy days. Thank you, BT Openreach, for your incompetence. It's worked out in my favour. So yeah, they don't widely advertise that, do they? So I imagine there's a lot of people out there who have not had their broadband, who have no idea that they can claim some money back for it. You can anticipate something happening like the PPI, mis-selling of car, what was it, car insurance? Payment protection, wasn't it? For loan protection payments. imagine at some point we're going to get that, aren't we, with did you suffer from installation delays with fibre broadband? You may be entitled to compensation. But yeah, anyone out there in the UK, if you have had delays, then check that out. Check out Ofcom's automatic compensation scheme. You might get some money. So that's been a nice start to the day. And like I say, it's paid for my heated jacket. Now I know a lot of people are very wary of AI, aren't they? And quite rightly so. It's accelerating at a phenomenal rate at the moment, and the implications are alarming. Dear God, that's the slowest manoeuvre I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, really quite alarming. I mean, AI's ultimate goal is what they call superintelligence, or artificial general intelligence, where AI isn't just proficient at one particular thing like it is at the moment. I mean, it's has a kind of very narrow field of what it can do. An artificial general intelligence will be something where it can reason for itself and is better at us than most things, or all things. Hence the superintelligence. And experts think that that's not too far away. I mean, there are conflicting opinions on it. It could be within the next 5 years, it could be within the next 10 to 20, but it is definitely going to happen, they believe. But like I say, the implications could be quite startling, because it does kind of rely on the people in charge of it, i.e. billionaire tech CEOs and tech companies who are beholden to shareholders and want to make as much money as they can, and governments, who we know don't always act in our best interests, see everything that's happening in the world, in the Western world right now. So without proper regulation and oversight and decisions being made that are for the good of everyone and not just for the individuals and the rich and the elite, it could be pretty dire for us. But the flip side of that is it could be absolutely incredible for us. It could usher in a new dawn of kind of a new revolution for us as humanity in terms of, where the hell am I going, up here? Revolutionise the world in terms of prosperity and science and healthcare, all that kind of good stuff. I mean, it is undoubtedly going to get rid of a lot of jobs, very much like the Industrial Revolution did back in the day. So we're probably going to need universal basic income at some point. Otherwise, there are going to be a lot of people out of work and no work for them, and society won't succeed like that. So yeah, very interesting times, very scary times at the same time. But I, for one, welcome our artificial overlords. I have no idea where I am, by the way. I don't come down this way very often. Oh no, why am I stuck behind this? That's not good. Can I sneak past? Could I sneak past here? Yes. Sneak. Yeah, I find it incredible, AI. It's, I mean, it's almost got to that point where it's kind of uncanny. You almost feel like you're talking to a real person, particularly if you use ChatGPT's kind of chat function, where you actually speak to it and it speaks back to you, and it's actually like having a conversation with someone. It's really quite bizarre. Where am I going? Where the hell am I? you just know that I'm going to come out in the middle of town centre here. It's been the most boring. Oh, those trees are beautiful. Most boring ride ever back. I genuinely have no idea where I am. That's a new adventure, isn't it, eh? Okay. Where is this? Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. I mean, I don't think... Is this Luton? I don't think it's this Luton, is it? I don't know. My, as you know, my sense of direction is legendarily bad. And I don't really come to Luton very often. Because it's a shithole and I hate it. So as a consequence, I don't recognise this in the slightest. No, I was just about to say, oh, maybe, which would be a lie. What I do know is that my heated jacket is quite warm. Well, tune in next week to see if I actually make it home, or if I end up stuck here forever in wherever this is. I mean, it must be Luton. It's 100% Luton, isn't it? But where in Luton is anyone's guess. Well, you know, I might have to pull over and turn my jacket off, I think, because I think it's on the lowest setting. And I'm pretty toasty. Oh, actually, I think I do know where I am. No, it's a lie. It's a lie. I don't. Well, the trees are pretty down here, at least. That's the main thing. I think I'll probably call it a day here, because I've wombled on about some stuff, and we're basically just commuting now, and this is no fun, is it? This isn't the pretty English countryside that you tune in to see, is it? So let's call it a day. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining me. If you're out and about this week on your bikes, then take care and keep your shiny side up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.